Alright guys, just a heads up, this video did not go the way I wanted it to. The way it went a completely different direction. But first off, I want to just ask you to bear with me for the first minute or so, because my microphone battery had died during the opening scene here. But I'll just tell you what's going on. I'm scouting my forest for some trees that I'm going to cut down for the next phase of the timber frame building project. And you see I like this one because I'm pointing at it with a stick. And it's really tall and really straight. Oh look, there's some more trees that I like. Here's a close-up of those trees. Yeah, I think I'll take those. And I'm pointing over here because I want the trees to fall into the open. Alright, so it is actually 2 days later from that last shot. As soon as I shut the camera off, I stepped into a nest of yellow jackets. Yellow jackets are a wasp. It looks just like that. And they swarmed me. They hit me at least 3 times. It got through. One right here, one like on the back of the ear, and one on the belly here. And then like there was at least a dozen more that were trying to get through my jeans and my shirt and everything. So I had to run and I had to hide inside my vehicle. And well, it basically ruined my day, and I went home because all the trees that I want are right there where that nest is. So I'm gonna give them a bad day now and give them some of this. I'm gonna nuke them. All right. I'm going to take great pleasure in this. Got my leather gauntlets. All right, let's do this. Got to find them first. They make their nest in the ground in these like pine needles. So they're underneath. I kind of got to expose them in order for this to take effect. Is that it? Oh, it is it. So, I'm surprised at how exposed it is. I think I stepped right there. Not sure. I need some visual proof before I blast it. All right, so this is it. All right, I'm going to give them just a little blast here. There they go, right there. This might do it. Yeah, look at you guys. It's done. So I'm gonna come back out here tomorrow and check it out, see if I need to do it again, because I got another can. Well, since I got the bee suit on, maybe I'll go check out the bees. Now this is the one I thought I'd be harvesting honey from by now because it's my most mature colony. But when I checked it last month, there was nothing up here. This is where you rob the honey from. So let's just take a look and see what we got going on here. Lots of activity up top, so that's a good sign. Okay, this is my top cover. I didn't bring my hive tool because I didn't think I'd be doing this, but I'm going to pry these off. Need something to... So they make this substance called propolis, which is basically glue from sap and everything else natural that they chew up and spit out here, and they basically weld everything shut. And you can see how effective it is. All right, I got a pocket knife here. Now, last time I was in this hive, this colony got pretty aggressive, and I just had to walk away from them. Typically, I would have a canister of smoke, and that calms them down, and it blocks their communication ability. Don't want to break my blade. Come on. There we go. There we go. Alright, this video is totally going a different direction than I thought it would. Didn't expect to be doing anything with the bees. Come on. They want out of there. There are a lot up top. It's a really good sign for a honey harvest. Really upset them by exposing their business here. Wow. They are coming out in droves. Man, this is not letting go. Keep in mind, this is all their natural glue. Lots of hive beetles going there. They do not want to share. I can really feel the wind on my face from their wings. Like all these bees are trying to fight with love. Okay, there's zero honey in it. It's all just drawn out foam. Somebody got in my hood, stung me on the bottom of my neck under my chin. It hurts. Oh, somebody got in here. They're taking the fuck up if they can. Well, it's time to put these away. Enough of them try, enough of them will, or eventually somebody will get through. Yeah. Ouch. Ouch. Alright. Time to walk away. sense in running because they'll just fly faster than you. Alright, so I got stung probably, oh, 10 times now. Through the glove, and one of them must have got underneath my my zipper flap here. Alright ladies, you can go home now. They didn't want to give up their honey. They didn't even have any honey. Not up there anyway. One just got up my back. Stung me. Let's walk away further. Just goes to show you, you can even get stung with the bee suit on. It's probably the worst I ever had it right there. There's that bastard right there on the inside, dying. I think it's pretty common knowledge that a bee stinging something will kill it because it leaves its stinger behind and pulls out its own guts to get away. These last ones just want to contribute to the defense of the hive. I'm about 300 yards away. Imagine I'm going to start swelling up pretty good here with the neck sting and wrist stings. The one on my back hurts pretty good. I think something else is getting me up higher now. Alright, come on, go away. Alright, I warned you. Time to end you. Alright. Next time, smoke. Lots of smoke. Got one. Got a bee in my pocket. Youch. Man. What the deal is with that one. Is that it? They gone? All right, we'll call it good. Two more back. Okay, that one's done. Yeah, so there's a little flap here, and then there's a hole where the zipper comes together. It doesn't quite seal, and one found its way up there. I guess with hundreds of them trying to find an opening, one of them is going to find an opening. All right. So got me right here. I don't feel any swelling yet. Maybe a little. And then right there through the glove and through the bee suit. Got right there. Oh, there's another one right there. Got another one right here on the low back. I'll be paying for that one for a while. Anyway, I guess that's the life of an amateur beekeeper. Shows how amateur I am. And let's get some of these trees cut down. What we're here for. All right, folks, so there's more to the story. It is now the next evening from when I just left you. I know, sorry. We need to get to these trees because that's what the video is about, right? Apparently not. We'll get to it. But as soon as I shut off the camera, I sat down in my chair right over there to relax. So I was, you know, getting a little warm and I can feel my heart rate raising. It wasn't speeding up, but I was feeling it more intense. You know, I was feeling it throbbing in my ears and stuff. It felt like I was getting hot. And keep in mind, I took at least 6, 7, 8 bee stings. So I'm realizing, well, shoot, I'm having a reaction to the bee stings. So I sat down there for a little while longer and decided, well, maybe I need to jump in the truck and head home. It's about 15 minutes away. I'm really itchy and scratching all back here and stuff, and on my arms and my body. And I didn't get any bee stings right up there, right? But, you know, I was having a reaction, clearly. So about halfway home, I look down and I see these hives and a rash developing on my arm, just like in the picture here. And keep in mind, those are not bee stings, those are the hives. You know, I'm starting to, those are popping up on my arms, on both arms. So I'm like, well, shoot, should I go to the emergency room? Yeah, maybe not. Get going a little further and I start to feel my lips throbbing and getting a little bit numb. I'm like, okay, well, this isn't good. And then I noticed in the back of my tongue, that was feeling kind of numb. I'm like, okay, well, this is not good. I guess I need to just go on to the emergency room. It's another 2 minutes from my house. And I walk in there, parking lot's full, and people are lined up. Nobody's bleeding. Nobody's like looking like they're dying or anything. But I'm generally a pretty calm demeanor guy, so I walk in there. I'm waiting in line. We had to fill out a little entrance paper because the kiosk, there's always a kiosk, but that was down, so I had to fill out a paper, and I think I was like third on the bottom when I turned it in. And the nurse finishes admitting the person first in line, then he looks through the other papers and pulls mine up and says, oh, are you allergic to bee stings? I'm like, well, I mean, I'm having some kind of reaction. So, all right, well, come on back here. So he, you know, pulled me ahead of everybody else there that had already filled out their paper. So yeah, I sat there getting my vitals taken. Vitals were fine. And it says, well, we want to keep you and watch you. All the rooms are full, so they put me in the hallway right in front of the nurse's station where they could keep an eye on me. You know, about an hour goes by. I'm still sitting there. Lots of people coming in and out. I can hear some emotions down the hall. You know, a couple ambulances come through with the gurney. Apparently somebody had got hit by a car, but they were laughing and jumping around about it. But they came in. But, you know, probably typical emergency room stuff. I'm sure there's some nurses and doctors out there who can relate. But about an hour goes by, I feel my heart rate going down. I'm looking at the rash on my arm, and here's another picture of that. You know, it's still there, but I'm not feeling like my heart is racing. I'm not feeling like my head is throbbing. It felt like before. It felt like my ear holes were closing, but you know, I put my fingers in my ear, and that definitely wasn't happening. But it was weird. I get nails all over the place, so I pick them up whenever I see them. especially when they're in the tracks of my road. But you know, I was feeling like I was calming down and made the decision to go ahead and get up and clear space, because they, you know, look like I was not, you know, a priority. So I walked up to them and said, "Hey, I'm going to go ahead and take off." They said, "Well, are you sure? We really wanted to keep an eye on you." And so they kind of talked me into going back and sitting down for another hour, at which time they gave me Benadryl, of course, which is like the common remedy to pain and itching and stuff, and some kind of steroid, and there might have been one other thing. So I sat there for another hour and the rash just went away. I'm like, oh, great. So I think whatever they did with those drugs helped me out, and they prescribed me with an EpiPen, that I still have to go get that prescription filled, and another steroid pill, which, you know, that'll happen when I get the EpiPen. But I guess that's the long and short of the story. I had a bad reaction to the 10 bee stings or whatever it came out to be, and I don't think I'm allergic. I think that's just what happens when you get an excessive amount of those oh, what do they call, histamines, I think. But yeah, that's what happened. I think whenever I get stung by bees, almost every time I get in there, but you know, never 8 or 10 hits. So I think, you know, I just kind of got an overdose of all that. But that's the story. Long story. Not that exciting, but it was the episode, okay? So yeah, I came out here this evening to check on the wasp killing spree that I went on. It looks like it was successful, and it's already getting kind of late. I was going to cut a tree down, but I'll do that in the morning. It's been hot again, so yeah, so I'll see you then. All right, folks, so there it is. Should be able to get a couple of the posts and beams that I need out of this. So I actually decided to change my mind on the direction I wanted this tree to fall. I wanted it to fall into the open initially, but the way it was leaning looked like it was more likely to go this way, and this is a nice clearish area. And the other benefit is that when I cut the branches and the top off, I don't have to worry about the cleanup as I would if I was out in the open. So I'm going to go ahead and get a 16-footer and probably a 12-footer out of this, and maybe a lumber log out of it. So I just need to get the tape measure going and get it cut. And by the way, this right here is where that nest was. It is fully taken care of. Got some thorns going on over here. Ouch, like that one. Seems like I'm always getting stung by something. All right, going for a 12-footer now. It's 8 feet right here. And 11 foot. And right about here is a 12-footer. Okay. Put a stick there to mark my cutting spot. Now, Dodge these thorns again. All right, so I got my 16-footer and my 12-footer. Then I'll find, I'll probably just cut this off at 10 feet on the end, or 9 feet. Doesn't really matter. I'll do 10 feet. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off at 12 feet just in case I can get a full beam out of it. I can always cut it shorter at the mill. So I'll take it right to here. Right there. I can probably get a knee brace. Probably get 2 more knee braces out of what's left up here too. All right, that's 3 good logs, and I get what I get out of the 4th one. Maybe some knee braces, maybe just some lumber. But that's 1. Well, since I'm here, got this tree down, I look up and I see that very first tree I identified at the very beginning of the video, and it is a nice fat one. I can definitely get a post out of this. And look, that flag right here, this is my property line, so it's my tree. So yeah, it's pretty large, but it gets a little bit dog-legged over here, a little bit wonky, so I don't know if I'll be able to get a 12-foot beam out of that, but it's thick enough I could certainly have a good chance. It wants to fall that way. There are a few trees to get it hung up on. If I can get it to fall right here, those little ones aren't going to stop it at all. Well, not bad, but I do have some issues. You can see I'm left on the stump, which makes me elevated about a foot off the ground. And then I'm hung up top, which presents the problem of, as I go to cut it, it's going to want to bind when I relieve enough of the supporting material. It's going to want to pinch the blade, so I'll have to kind of cut from underneath. So, well, I guess that's the challenge I'm presented with. Alright, so I want to show you this. I can get a perfect 12-foot log out of this before it starts doing all this funny stuff here. I could push it and go 4 more feet, which would be about here, but I might not be able to get that full dimension of the 8x10 post. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and take it right here at this hump and have my other 12-foot beam. And then the rest of this, It's got a lot of branches, so I think I'll probably just leave it at that and let nature have it back. And yeah, so chop. All right, just as planned. Yeah. So I don't know, I may come back for that one later, but not right now. We got 2 good parts to the timber frame here, at least 3 on the other one's 5. Probably need to take 1 more tree. All right, took a little break, sat in the air conditioning for a good 35 minutes and had had some cold water and some trail mix. I'm back out here. I think I'm going to take that tree right here. Right there is the first tree I fell, so I think I can fall that one straight back and cut it up right on top of that. And that way they're all together and I can pull them out, you know, just with the access I've created right here. It's a little on the smaller side, but by my count of what I've got on the ground already, I only need 1 good 12-foot 8x10 out of this, and I should have everything I need for the next phase of the project, and everything else I can use for lumber. So yeah, I'm just gonna take this one and call it a day for cutting trees. Dang it, the camera wasn't on when I pushed play for this tree to come down. So it went down pretty much where I wanted it. Fell between the crook of those trees, so it's still suspended. This is not even resting on anything, so whenever I cut it, it's just gonna fall off right there. But yeah, that's 3 trees down today. I'm gonna go ahead and chop this up like before. Not sure if I'm going to do a 16-footer out of this, because I've already got the 16-footers. I need 2 16-footers that I need for the current process, for the current phase of the project. I think we're going to walk through here and take an inventory of what we've got accomplished today and make sure we got everything we need for this next phase of the project. So we're going to need 2 16-foot posts, 4 12-foot beams. We got 1 12-foot beam. We got 2 12-foot beams. Okay. And over here, this is the first tree we cut. It's 1 16-foot post. And over here we got 1 long log that we can get a bunch of lumber out of, or maybe some knee braces. That's the other thing we're going to need are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more knee braces. This is our third of our 4 12-footers. We got a lumber log, and then over here we're going to get a 16-foot post. Yeah, that's the other end of the lumber I just counted. So a 16-footer and the 4th 12-footer. Is that right? 4 12-footers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 12-footers I think I'm counting. So we got a spare and 2 16-footers. On the next video we're going to come back, we're going to pull that out and get these over to the mill and start getting them cut to the rough dimensions, which is going to be like a 1/2 inch fatter than the finished dimension because we're going to plane it after that, remember? And yeah, quite the video today. I got stung a whole bunch. Today I got a bunch of thorns in my skin. They're already starting to pus up. It's weird. Tell you what, man, the nature of Virginia will get you. And if you leave this place untouched, it'll be completely forested within 10 years. So I couldn't imagine living back in the old days when all you had was horses and mules and, I don't know, other beasts of burden to clear the land that you're going to farm. Seems like it was always a fight against nature. But there it is, guys. Thanks for sticking through my torments with me. There's our project that continues as soon as I get these out, get them milled, and we're going to get it over there and we're going to do some more shaping. I don't know if it's ever going to stop, but we are making progress. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching, and if you are new to the channel and you want to get caught up to everything that's been going on out here at Shady Acres in just one video, then I suggest you start right here. And if you want to dive in from the beginning and see everything that we've ever done out here, then start right here, click it, and just let it play.